thing. Become a member of the channel and be an instrument of the Word of God. Don't miss this opportunity to impact lives. Click the link in the description now and help us spread the Word of God. Kenya by Paul Andrew. Summary. Second Sunday in Ordinary Time IRC, Kenya. Jesus demonstrated personal limits. This is how we see in today's Gospel that he remains slightly withdrawn, as if distant from the situation. He said to Mary, "It is not our concern, i.e. 563. What can you and I do? That's the boyfriend's problem. My time has not yet come, the time for which I have been called by God to act." Jesus also uses limits in his words. He calls his mother, woman, a term that is not used as a distance mechanism but, on the contrary, as a form of courtesy that from Aramaic could be translated as lady, and as Colombians say, your grace. Jesus also calls her woman when from the cross he says to John 19:26, "Woman, behold your son." The woman of Revelation 12:1 is both an individual person, Mary, and a collective symbol, his church. A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Let's take a look at the limits that Maria is aware of. She is making other people's problems her own. They don't have wine, she says, seeing and feeling that the groom's family is about to suffer humiliation. But notice something: the groom, his butler, and the guests are completely and blissfully unaware that the wine has run out. Only Mary, the servants, and now Jesus know it. However, Maria does not become foolish. She doesn't ask Jesus to make more wine appear, she just points out the potential humiliation for the groom. The above is proof of Mary as an intercessor. Intercessional prayer comes from faith in God that holy men and women are as alive today as they were on earth. Luke 20:38. Therefore, do not fear. Praying the Rosary. Mary's intercession has always been to manifest her glory. John 2:11. Jesus is the one who supplies us with all our needs. Everything has to do with Jesus and everything goes back to him. The mother of Jesus is the first to call for action based entirely on the word of her son. This is what happens with praying the Rosary. Instead of distracting us from Jesus, guides us closer and closer to his will, contrary to what one might think. For example, Saint Louis de Montfort wrote about how Mary receives our prayers and perfects them, just as Jesus did when she turned water into wine. What are the concerns I need to present to the Lord when he prays the Rosary? In what way can I act to alleviate the worries and concerns of others? And, let us pay attention, through Mary's intercession with Jesus, he also models limits for us, so that too narrow limits lead to a lack of compassion. Single quote. Sociologically, a request for help constitutes a positive challenge to the honor of the person asking for it and an intrusion into the social space of the person receiving the request. If the person can